And this is probably one of the slowest conventions I've had this year. This whole fiasco with a lot of attendees not being able to stay in the accommodation that they needed. I just kind of want to go home. So. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Janine and I am the artist behind Jeaninidraws, and I vlog about anime conventions and artist alleys. This weekend we'll be ending at Anime Houston. So today is day 0, and this year Anime Houston is in a new location. It is in the Hyatt Regency next to the airport. And so this is the first time that I'll be vending in that hotel. Last year, Anime Houston was also in a hotel, but I believe it was a different location. I'm interested to see how well it's going to do compared to last year. It was my best Texas Con last year, and so this year I'm hoping that it still does well. So I don't think it would be worth flying to this convention. It's pretty small still, but it's a good solid local con for Texas artists. So if you are in the Houston area, have a place to stay in Houston, so you won't have to pay for a hotel or anything. Keeping your expenses low is definitely a good way to go for this convention. Yeah, so after we checked in, we were led to our table. It's a very small artist alley. The artist alley is in 2 different rooms that are right next to each other with just like a 2-door doorway that separates them in between. I believe they're going to have the doors open the whole time, so I am a little afraid that the crowd will not go into the back room. I think a majority of the artists are in the back room, so we'll see, but it would have been nice if we were all just in one big room, just because I am afraid that people aren't that the traffic won't flow all the way to the back. But I will keep that in mind as this weekend goes by, and I guess I'll report back on how it goes. And we are hoping for a good day 1 tomorrow. So here is our full 6-foot table. We are splitting the table, so we each get 3 feet. And so this is our usual setup now. Whenever we have to split a 6-foot table, we usually build a lot higher. And yeah, let me just show you. So instead of putting my blanket on the side, I've got it here next to my banner so that people can touch it and feel how soft it is. And then I also had to move my shirts down one from, at San Japan I had it at the top of the display, but now I put them down here. And I also have all my sticker sheets here. And then I also have my tote bag here so that people can touch it and look inside and stuff like that. So, and then as always, my self-serve stickers, and then my charms are always on the bottom so people can flip them and touch them. So we also have our sticker books here on the side. Unfortunately, we don't have space to make them face forward. And then we share this middle panels here, so I put my prints here, and I think Jamie put her stickers on this side. So yeah, pretty solid, I think. It is 1 o'clock p.m. and it is day 1 of Anime Houston. We arrived at the hotel maybe 10 or 20 minutes ago, and it is really hot. We got to our booths and we just put up a few things that I needed to that I didn't do yesterday, and just did some last minute things, and now we're ready to go. We are noticing that it's pretty toasty in the artist alley. I brought a jacket and I'm wearing pants today, and honestly I think I should have worn shorts, and I will not be wearing that jacket today. And then the artist alley spaces are also very tight. So we're sitting in an island, so we have somebody behind us. And yeah, there's barely any space to walk through. Yeah, so VIP opens up at 1:30, so we have about 30 minutes to wait for people to start walking in. And then it opens up to the general public at 2 p.m. So it'll be from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. today, so roughly 6 hours of vending today. And then day 1 will be over. So I will try to check in midway and then again towards the end of the day. So hopefully today's a good day. Everybody just checking in again. It is 5:15 p.m. and it is about a little over halfway through day 1.
And this is probably one of the slowest conventions I've had this year. I'm a little surprised just because last year Anime Houston was actually my best Texas con, and this year I've made 2 sales in the first half of day 1, and one of them was from one of the staff, so I don't really know if that counts. But yeah, so it's been pretty rough. I think that's been the consensus of everybody here. Really rough all around for all the artists. I am out in like the lobby area right now, and I do see like people, but it's not busy. Like there's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of attendees, there's a lot of empty chairs, barely any foot traffic, and yeah, so not great. At this point, I'm kind of just hoping that I can make at least table back. So our expenses are gas and table fee, and any food that we've been purchasing. And I'll just save all the shirts I made for this convention for the next one, I guess. Don't know. But yeah, all right. I will check back at the end of the day.
We just got back from dinner. I still have not made back table, and just keep in mind that my expenses for this convention are very low, but I still haven't even just made back table yet. And so I think that's already like sort of setting the mood of how I think the rest of this event is going to be. So there's a couple of reasons that people are, and you know, it could just be me, and maybe this is just to make myself feel better, but there are a couple of reasons why today hasn't gone so great. Number one is the whole thing with the Hyatt selling all of their Regency hotels to a new owner, and apparently today was the day that the ownership was being transferred. And so I think there's this whole fiasco with a lot of attendees not being able to stay in the accommodation that they needed to, you know, attend Anime Houston. The second thing that I sort of heard, allegedly there were no signs pointing out to the attendees where the artist alley was. I did see a few maps posted by the entrances that had Artist Alley on there, but I didn't see any big sign pointing like, hey, this way to Artist Alley, or like Artist Alley over here. So that is the second thing. And the third thing is that there's actually 2 floors to this hotel, and Artist Alley is on the 2nd floor. The rest of the convention is apparently on the 1st floor. And so there's a ton of people who did not know that there was an artist alley. If they knew that there was an artist alley, they didn't know where it was. The staff have started putting up posters now, because as I was leaving, I did see some posters up saying like, hey, like this way to artist alley. So that's great. But I think if the artist alley was also on the 1st floor, I think that would have helped. You know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I don't have too high of an expense to cover. So I'm hoping that by sometime tomorrow, I think I'll be able to make table back. I just am not really expecting like the numbers that I made at last year's Anime Houston. So we will try again tomorrow. We'll see how day 2 goes.
Good morning. It's 10:12 in the morning, and it is day 2. So we actually came in a little late today. Artist Alley opened up at 10 a.m. But since yesterday was so slow, we figured it would be okay to come in. We tried to aim around 10, but you know, like traffic and stuff, so we got here a little later than planned. But it seems like a lot of other artists have the same idea, because there's a lot of people who still aren't set up for the day. And so I think we're okay. But I did see some people in the breakfast area. There's like I feel like a bigger amount of people there. I don't know if that's gonna translate to sales or not, but we'll see how today goes. Alright, so it's 4:10 now, so it's a little bit over halfway through day 2.
And I made table back around like 2 o'clock, which feels pretty late in the day, especially since we started at 10. We have about 4 more hours until day 2 ends. It ends at 8 p.m., so pretty late. And yeah, I think that overall Saturday, the amount of people that I've seen walking around is definitely more than yesterday. But I don't think that has really translated to sales, at least for me. I got the chance to walk around the rest of the convention, or the rest of the hotel. I was curious about the rest of the space. The grand ballroom was used for the exhibitors. There was one other room downstairs that they used for the gaming room, and then the main like floor area was used for the main stage. And so you can see like a big screen and like where the main panels were held, and there's like chairs set up for people to sit. They also had the voice actors like and all the cosplay guests downstairs, so they all have like tables. I think there was one artist down there, but they had like a ton of art prints set up in like 2 full tables, and so that was all downstairs on the first floor. I did also see a lot of signs up for artist alley now, and they were kind of pasted along the walls all around the hotel area. Honestly, at this point, now that I've made back table, if I can make back anything I had for gas, I just kind of want to go home. So it's just a long drive back. But yeah, so we'll see how the rest of today goes though.
Census of day 2, there were definitely a lot more people. I think it was still very, very, very slow. I think I had 4 or 5 sales today. I think yesterday I had 4 sales, and so today I think only did like a little bit better. Overall, it really hasn't been that great of an experience compared to last year. I don't think there's too much that anybody could have really done. It's just an unlucky year. We'll see how tomorrow goes. It's the last day, and tomorrow is a shorter vending time, and so right after the show ends we'll break down and then we're gonna drive home. So we'll see how it goes. At this point I'm pretty much just ready to go home, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning. It's 10:18 of day 3, and we arrived here at maybe 10 o'clock. And Artist Alley opens at 9:30 for VIP and 10 a.m. for general. And I think 2 booths were open by the time that we arrived, which is around 10. Pretty dead, so there was really no reason to be here that early. Yeah, we are just going to finish up today with very low expectations, and then we are going to drive home. So today does end a little bit earlier. Today ends at 5 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. So luckily we'll be able to go grab dinner if we want to. But yeah, so we'll check in later. Alright, so it is 2:20 now, which is a little bit over halfway through day 3. And there's definitely a lot more people walking around now compared to this morning. I did have some sales today, which is good. There's a lot of small purchases, but they came in a little bit more consistently, so it made this morning feel a little bit better than yesterday and Friday. So I think we're just gonna finish this up and then drive home. So I'm excited for that.
Hello everybody, I just wanted to say thank you so much again for coming and stopping by to watch my little Artist Alley vlogs. I know this one was kind of a downer, but hopefully the next one is more fun and positive. But I think it's kind of important to note that like not all Artist Alley experiences are positive. It's really hit or miss, and you never know how something's going to turn out. But again, I couldn't be doing this without all of your support. I do have an online shop too, so if you want to check out my stuff, link will be in the description below. And yeah, as always, I will see you in the next video.